so the last show before my version of WrestleMania, the Smackdown Go Home show before WrestleMania. A lot of big matches, a lot of big stuff happening, a lot of exciting stuff. So enough of me going on about it. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stuart Vine and welcome to episode 25 of my TEW 2020 Modern Day WWE Save. Yes, obviously a long break, I'm back, and we're on a mission to finish this first season. As if you haven't checked it before, link with the video up there. I did a nice little channel update on Sunday, where I basically talked about what my plans are for the next couple of weeks, as well as 2023. So if you haven't checked it out, please check it out. Link will be in the top of the corner of this video there. But that's then. This is now. So obviously we're finally there. This is the Go Home show before my version of WrestleMania. Obviously it's SmackDown Go Home show. We have a lot of big stuff. We have an IC title match. We have a contract signing for Brock and Roman. We have Sasha Banks going against Toni Storm, and we have Cesaro versus Sami Zayn as well. A lot of big matches. To make sure you don't miss anything as well, I've got to say, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. I know I've been a bit hit or miss the last couple of weeks, but yeah, that's end this season on a high. End it on a high. So yeah, so obviously that's let's Go Home show. So it should be good. So enough of me rattling on. Let's go dive straight into, and we start off with the Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura in the ring. Yeah, so we start off the show with a 53, and it's obviously your Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura in the ring. Kind of starting off just kind of saying how impressed he is, about how impressed he is by the quality of the tournament. To find out who he will face at WrestleMania, he obviously found out last week that it was Drew McIntyre. But yeah, I think I like the idea of Nakamura kind of saying, yes, I respect what people did. I respect the kind of quality that happened from that tournament. But Drew, this is to you. Just because I'm impressed and want to elevate the quality, and want to elevate the showcase of this great title, doesn't mean that I want to lose it at WrestleMania. At WrestleMania, I'm going to keep this title, and I'm going to become one of the longest Intercontinental Champions of all time. So you must respect that. I respect you, Drew, I do. But at the end of WrestleMania, I will still be your Intercontinental Champion. Then Drew comes out, kind of retorts this. He comes out and kind of says Nakamura respects what he's done for the title. He kind of respects what he did, that kind of stuff. But I like the idea that he says that he's been waiting a long time to get a big title win at WrestleMania. He's worked too damn hard to let it go at the final hurdle. So at WrestleMania, he's sitting there saying, at WrestleMania, Nakamura, that title's coming home to Drew McIntyre. You would get my best, but you must understand, I'm winning that title at WrestleMania. And then it gets really intense to quite close up. Then obviously Santos Escobar music comes in. Everyone's a bit shocked, saying, why is he here? But then I kind of like the idea that Santos Escobar comes in and says, you guys, you've been here for years. You've won titles. You've won this, you've won that. But we need new blood. We need new champions. And who better than one of the longest cruiserweight champions in Santos Escobar? We need new champions. And tonight, I'm not going to wait around to wait until whatever you two do. I'm going to win that title tonight. So Nakamura, I challenge you for a shot at that title. Nakamura looked a bit put back because, okay, I wasn't expecting him to defend his title tonight, but okay. Okay, I'm up for it. I'm game. Drew looks impressed, going, I liked it. I like this guy. But, yeah, sets up IC title match against Nakamura. We've got Nakamura, Santos Escobar. And that match is next. So, are we going to have a new Intercontinental Champion? Or are Nakamura going to have good momentum going into his big match at WrestleMania? Let's find out. So and the winner of this match, and still WWE Intercontinental Champion is Shinsuke Nakamura with a Kinshasa on the back of the neck of Santos Escobar after a distraction from Madcap Moss. It isn't on the game, but that's just what I've got here. This is my finish for it. The idea of I like the idea that basically Santos Escobar, he goes to the top, he goes up trying to go for a big move. Then he stares around, he sees Madcap Moss in the ring, in the crowd. It distracts him. And while he's distracted, was it right thinking Nakamura hits a concession to the back of the neck. He's down 1, 2, 3, and he's still your Intercontinental Champion. But obviously, like most of these things, there is a segment afterwards. But first thing first, we've got to look. So 56 there, a 38 by from a 38 by Santos Escobar. Nakamura was off his game, but that's fine to get a 52 out of a match like that. For I think Escobar's on about, and he's doing like early 30s here. Score-wise, that's a good score. I'm happy with that 52. But as I said afterwards, it basically sets up the idea that basically Escobar runs into the crowd trying to chase after Madcap Moss, and then we have a nice little simple stare down with Nakamura holding the title up, and Drew kind of impressed and going, okay, I'll see you at WrestleMania, or do a situation where he holds the title up high, and Drew points to the WrestleMania sign, and then we can sit there and symbolism. I love symbolism in wrestling, so let's do that. No words, just symbolism. So yes, that gets a 47. Again, that's good. I think that's pretty good. It could have been with who was involved. That's pretty solid. I like that. But yeah, so obviously Santos Escobar and Madcap Moss is kind of a little mini feud going into that grant. That was the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and obviously set up for the IC title match WrestleMania. So double whammy. It works. 47. I like it. So obviously after that we hear from the number one contender for the Universal Champion, or his advocate in Paul Heyman. Next, obviously, we hear from Brock and Paul Heyman for a 49. Obviously, Paul struggles to go off script, is utter rubbish, and we all know it. But this game sometimes is a bit weird. But 49, happy with that. But yeah, I like the idea, basically, like the same thing. He's outside Brock's locker room. Someone's trying to get a little bit of insight from the Beast Incarnate, trying to get some more about his contract signing and what he thought about it. But then Paul Heyman comes out and kind of sits there. Like, he kind of stands at the door, sitting there saying to the interviewer, Brock's focused. Brock is a task-orientated person. There's only one thing he cares about, and that's winning that Universal Championship back and destroying the Tribal Chief for Roman Reigns. So tonight, yeah, Brock won't say a lot. He'll sign the contract, and then he'll just leave. But if he's provoked by any of the bloodline or anyone like that, he cannot stop Brock from what he will do. So this is a message to Roman. Just keep it civil, because we will. But if you don't, there will be consequences. So see you later, Roman. We'll see, and then he just kind of turns around to the interviewer, and then kind of in that stare going like, we're done now. Now go away. Type situation. And sets up the contract signing for the main event very nicely, I think. 49, very good there. So obviously after that we hear from the Conspiratoria himself, Sami Zayn, for a 50, very good. I don't know how Sami, actually no, that's surprising. Sami Zayn getting a better promo than Brock and Paul Heyman. But so the kind of thing I like about this is I want Sami Zayn to be like the guy that everyone's forgotten about him. Like ever since he lost the IC title opportunity in that tournament, he's kind of been lost. No one's really talked about him. No one's really put him in anything. Again, that might be because of sometimes I am not the greatest booker, but I like putting out in a story. That'd be cool. But yeah, so he's tonight. He's gonna do something about it. He's gonna make sure people are all talking about Sami Zayn. So tonight he gives out a warning that he's gonna do something, so someone will never ever forget. What would that be? We don't know. So that sets up something very nice. 50 there by Sami. Very nice. Before that, we go backstage to obviously set up. We're going to have a tag team match later on with Sheamus and with Holland going against the Forgotten Generation in Drew Gulak and Ricochet. And they're just talking about for 25. Wow. I'm shocked. That's not fair. 27. I think with Sheamus, they should have got at least a 30. Wow. So basically, The interview I think I used didn't work very well. But this is a new this is a new thing I've been using. So 27, not the greatest, but yeah, it's a simple promo here by Sheamus in it, and Rich Holland. Just kind of what they did last week. They will pay for that, and also I like the idea that Sheamus is he's going to kick the head of Drew Gulak and Ricochet, because he's not getting away of what he wants to achieve, and he wants to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So, and what he got involved, he's going to pay for what he did. So it sets up the match quite nicely. Maybe the score's a bit harsh. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, so let's find out in that match is next. Obviously, the Forgotten Generation going against Sheamus and Ridge Holland. Who's going to win? Who's going to get momentum going into the Battle Royal? Let's find out. So, and the winner is for 28. It done the job, I guess. For 28, okay, that's a bit. I think the game's a bit harsh here. You got, was it a 40 there by Drew Gulak? You've got a 47 by Ricochet, a 39 by Sheamus, and a 24, and it got a 28. That is a bit harsh. I think that's a bit harsh. I don't think that's good. But yeah, I mean, it's a simple match here. I don't want to put anything too crazy. It's a good, solid. Like, I think it's good. It might be good. It was short. Maybe that's why I got a low score. Maybe, but I had to put it down because it's not that big of a match. But Rich Holland, yeah, he's not great. Yeah. But to be fair, we all know his history there. But yes, obviously we got Drew Gulak hitting his finisher, Rich Holland for the win, or was it Collider Clash here? Yeah, so I like it. But it's a simple thing here. Then yeah, so basically that they get the win. So that the Forgotten Generation gets the win. But Sheamus and Rich Holland get the final say in the next segment for 39. That's better. Why can't it be like that? But yeah, simple one here. Obviously, Sheamus, obviously, they're terribly annoyed by their defeat. Back a attack from behind. Sheamus hits Drew Gulak with a bro kick and on both Ricochet and Drew Gulak, and stand tall and kind of sit there and signal that they're going to WrestleMania and they're going to win the Battle Royal. One of them are anyway. So we'll find out at WrestleMania. But yeah, simple here. Very simple. But yeah, so obviously after that, obviously we just talked about a couple of segments ago about Sami doing something that's memorable. We cut to backstage and we see Sami Zayn attack Cesaro of all people for 45. I like this here. The simple thing of kind of makes sense. He goes after the person that knocked him out of the tournament. So it makes sense. So he goes after him, attacks him. Obviously got people breaking him up backstage. Was obviously what was it? Everyone's checking on Cesaro with Sami Zayn acting like a crazy madman, saying "You will pay, I will get you," type thing, and he gets casted off. And yeah, simple segment here, 45. I'm liking it. But again, this might set up a match later. I think it's going to set up a match later. I think so. There's everything in wrestling. But obviously after that, we obviously come back to we do have a, was it 8-man? Was it no? Yeah, 8-man tag team with all the teams in that gauntlet match for the Smackdown Tag Team Championships, all in tag action, all together, with the New Day and the War Raiders going against Angel and Mustafa Ali and the Usos. So it's gonna be interesting to see the score, because obviously it's two tag teams in it. I don't know if this might be where I don't know, but we'll find out. So let's find out who's gonna win. Who's gonna get the momentum? Is it gonna be the champs and maybe the challengers, or is it gonna be the two challengers? We'll find out. Let's find out. And the winner is 44. Yes. Very good score. I'm loving that. So, you got, was it top scores here? Obviously, we got, was it Kofi Kingston with 49? You've got 43 by King Woods or Xavier Woods. You've got Eric and Eric and Ivar got 32 and 34 respectively. You have Jimmy and Jay getting 42 and 43 respectively. And, you know, Angel Grudge and Mustafa Ali holding on a little bit. I think Mustafa Ali's a little bit better. But, yeah, so that's a good score. I like the idea of New Day hitting their kind of like the old move that they used to do with Big E, would put someone on the shoulders and, you know, that kind of finisher. And then, like, was it the move I put Kofi, was it pins Angel? Yeah, like, you know what, I'll go for that. Trouble in Paradise out of nowhere. He gets the win. And, yeah. And I like the idea of that both the tag teams are looking very distraught after the match. And then we have a big stare down between the champs and Viking Raider. War Raiders, as I call them. Who's gonna? And basically, it's simple setup, and that's for a 36. That's fine. That's a good, not a bad score. But yeah, it's just a situation of New Day, War Raiders look like they're the ones that's going to be War Raiders want the titles. Usos are looking a bit distraught at the moment because obviously things aren't going their way, and obviously Angel and obviously have been defeated. So it's just a simple segment, but I like the idea. I always like things when face off, and the champs look very confident going into a tournament, so going into a WrestleMania. So yeah, it's super interesting this gauntlet. I'm intrigued to see where it goes. Obviously, it'll be interesting, but we'll find out. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So obviously after that, we hear from one participant in the Battle Royal, the women's version of the Battle Royal, WrestleMania Battle Royal, and that is Toni Storm, who has been a bit looking over her shoulder lately for a 38. Obviously Scott Stansford interviewing him there. Kind of bigging up the big match that's going to be next is obviously she's facing Sasha Banks. It's going to be a huge match. So yes, for 38, I'm happy with that. It's all got green. That's always good. But I like the idea of him being asked why she's looking over her back. Is that going to affect her match against Sasha Banks? She's sitting there saying, "What are you talking about, Stanford? You're talking utter rubbish. I'm not looking at her back. Xia Li, that's in the past. Last week, yeah, she beat me last week, but nah, don't care this week. She's gone. Tonight I'm going to prove why I'm the best women's wrestler in this company by beating Sasha Banks. And whatever happens at WrestleMania, I'm going to be the first shot for that women's title. So, watch your back." And you said, "What? Watch your back?" And she's like, "Shut up, Scott Stanford," type thing. And kind of sets up that she's kind of been going to be a bit paranoid going into this match. So, but yes, that match is next. It is Sasha Banks versus Toni Storm. And we're going to put, Charlotte's watching on curiously into this match. And let's see, so when the winner's match is 41, very good. Very good indeed, actually. 41 with a nice 44 by Sasha Banks, a nice 32 by Toni Storm. But, I mean, she's off her game, so it makes me think, well, if she's not off her game, that could get a good high 40 there, maybe 50. I never knew Sasha Banks can hit a thing called the Bankrupt. Okay. But yes, this kind of match ends with exactly where we were running by Xia Li. She was justified, Toni Storm, for watching her back. So she comes in, she kind of distracts her. She hits the Banks. We hits the, Sasha Banks comes from behind, hits that backstabber, hits the back statement. She's in the middle of the ring. She taps Toni Storm, and Xia Li watches on with glee that she got a little bit of revenge on her rival. So, and then obviously they have their confrontation with Toni Storm and Xia Li. But then what I like at the end is set up maybe a thing that might help in the match. But 41, that's a very good. Obviously after this we have Charlotte comes from behind and attacks Sasha Banks for 36. That's not great, but I think that might be because of Sasha Banks. Toni Storm and Xia Li in there? But I want to do it. But yeah, she's off. So Toni Storm and Xia Li fight on the outside, going to the crowd. I know I've done a lot, but I do like that segment. And then obviously Charlotte attacks Charlotte from behind. Sasha Banks from behind, attacks her arm, and kind of I like the idea maybe like sits there and gets like a chair and then smashes her chair, like her arm with the chair. Was it a chair with the? You know what I mean? She gets the chair, she hits her arm, she's out. Everyone, the doctors and the refs checking her. Her arm has been injured, so possibly she can't hit the bank statement in the submission match. So it'd be interesting to see has Charlotte got herself a good chance of winning. Because she's done a bit of tactical thinking there. Very good there. So we'll find out at WrestleMania. But yeah, so tonight, Charlotte Flair is got the upper hand. So we'll find out at WrestleMania where that goes. But then after that, we go backstage to talk to Cesaro, kind of talking about how I don't understand why Sam is so much rage in his heart. I don't understand that. Why? And also that he's lost last week doesn't define him. And if Sami Zayn wants to prove a point, I'm going to make a message of my own and prove to everyone in that Battle Royal that I'm going to win it. I'm going to win it. And I'm going to get my opportunity that I deserve. So, we'll find out next. We'll find out when the match is. So, we said Cesaro, Sami Zayn, the kind of main event match of the show. So, let's see where it goes. So, who's going to win? Cesaro, Sami Zayn, let's find out. And one of the matches for 60... Oh, yeah. My bad. So obviously we talked about what we just talked about. 62 Very good there. I think it's the best promo of the show. Very good. No surprise Cesaro is there, but yeah. So as I said, moving on. Who's going to win? Cesaro, Sami Zayn. Who's going to win? Let's find out for the main event match of the night. And it is for 44. Oh, I always hate it when they do this. So yes, obviously Cesaro wins with the neutralizer. 46, 48, 44. So basically, because the road agent sucks, like, sometimes this game really annoys me. But yeah, so a good 44 there. I've got a feeling this show's not going to get a good rating. Like, not going to get one as much as I would like. Because obviously, this is the main event match. So, anyway. But yes, obviously after that, Sami Zayn is out. But then after this, we have Sheamus comes out. Everyone's in the Battle Royal. And we kind of do what I like, a good old-fashioned. Everyone comes out, tries to get the upper hand. Battle Royal type situation where everyone comes out and you just have fighting and kind of say like, it's chaos. Is this what it's going to be like at WrestleMania in the Battle Royal type thing? I like it. And obviously that segment gets a 40, all good. Obviously I've got Cesaro, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, Happy Corbin's back, Drew Gulak, Ricochet, and Madcap Moss, Rich Holland, you name it. The ones in the Smackdown, they're fighting it out. And we kind of end it with like pan out to the camera, looking at them all. And then obviously we have a situation where, pan out, and then obviously we like just pan out, and then we cut to the back, backstage. But I like the idea of like who gets the advantage. We don't know. We'll find out at WrestleMania. But hopefully this should help the segment. I thought it'd be worse because obviously the other segments later on have been not great. So 40, that's very good. So obviously then after that we hear from Roman talking to the Usos, obviously kind of chastising them because obviously he lost tonight. And obviously the big match at WrestleMania, they need to win it. Or the Tribal Chief will be disappointed, and you don't want to disappoint the Tribal Chief. So obviously for that gets 45 there, talking to the Bloodline, sitting there saying that he doesn't want them out there tonight. He wants to prove, he said he wants them out there tonight, but he needs to be on their guard. I mean, he needs to be on their guard. Jim J struggling off the script. I think that's rubbish. Talking about being off his guard. They need to be on their guard because Brock's planning something. He said he would. So you better, if Brock looks like anything of attacking me, you take him out, okay? And obviously the Usos are going, okay. So 45, good, goes into the main event in a way. It's a contract signing. Who doesn't like a contract signing? Brock, Roman. Let's find out what it gets, and let's find out what happens. So, and that's the final segment of the show for a 32. Ooh. That's disappointing. I got a feeling that this show's not going to get a good score at all. So Brock, poor anything, lack of interest happening in this segment was a problem. A cool down for the crowd. It's not the best for a main event. It's supposed to be like, not the greatest end to the show. I'll give you that. 32. So, okay, how does contract signing going to go? So we're going to have them both. We're going to have security around, as you do, because both of them in there. We're going to have a situation with, Roman taking the mic first because he wants to talk down to Roman, Brock Lesnar, and he's kind of going to go up to him saying, I heard what you said. Do you think I'm scared of you, Brock? Yeah, maybe you do respect me. Maybe you do. But you forget, I've beaten you multiple times. You've beaten me maybe once, maybe twice, but I get the fair share of victories. And also, I'm on another level to you, Brock. Maybe back in the day, you were the beast incarnate, the top of the food chain, the alpha. But not anymore. I am the Tribal Chief. This is my kingdom. This is my ring. You will not take this title from me because this title is like family. And if Roman's anything, if the Tribal Chief is anything, it's all about family. He would do anything, and I mean anything, to keep my family in the bloodline. But then I like the idea of Paul Heyman kind of going, kind of being like, don't provoke him. And it's like, and then obviously Brock gets up. Obviously he signs the contract. He kind of like, he gets Paul Heyman's going to say something, but he grabs the mic saying, you know what? I've had enough of all this talk. Let's fight. Then he attacks Roman. And then obviously it's back and forth between that. Obviously the Usos come in. They try to stop him. Looks like it's a 3-1 beatdown. But obviously Brock gets out of it. He hits, he takes Jay, hits an F5, hits Jimmy, hits an F5. Roman looks stunned. Then a back and forth exchange for them again, and then obviously he picks up Roman. The crowd look crazy, and he hits an F5 through the contract signing table. He's out. He takes his title, raised up, and he's raised it up high, and he's just taking out a tribal chief. He's taking him out. So it looks like Brock's got the advantage going in. But I want to also tease the idea that Paul Heyman, he's kind of worried. Because he's seeing Brock. He's seeing Brock the way he is. And he's worried that... Because obviously he respects Roman. I think he's a little bit worried. Because he doesn't know if he can control Brock anymore. Because Paul didn't instigate that. He tried to stop it, but Brock wasn't listening to him. Maybe that might be a thing. We'll find out at WrestleMania. So that's the end. 32, not great. I'm not expecting a great score here. I'm gonna not be surprised if it gets a low 40. If it gets any higher than that, I'll be happy. So let's find out. I see the final rating of the final Smackdown before WrestleMania. Let's find out. What's the score? Okay. I don't know what that is, but let's find out. Okay. A 52. Okay. That's not bad. I was expecting like really bad one there because obviously some of the scores, but I'm actually happy with that. Obviously low expectations and with no disappointment, as they say. Obviously, I think the best match of the night was. Let's have a look. What was the best match of the night? Let's have a look. Best match of the night. I think it was the women's match. I think Sasha Banks 41. Yeah, I think it's 41. Yeah. I like that. Sasha Banks and Toni Storm, the best match. I'm not surprised by that. Disappointed with the main event match getting a low score with only a 44. Could have known better than a 32 by the main event. Contract signings, I have to admit, I do a bit too much. So maybe next season I might have to mix it up a bit. Gives me time to think from fresh, interesting ideas. But yeah, 52. Again, I would love to have this like amazing show going into WrestleMania. But you know, biggest come Tuesdays, I already booked it. So it sets up a very interesting WrestleMania. I cannot wait to show you guys because it's been a while. So I've been building up for a long time. So hopefully you enjoy it. But yes, that's for the go home show, the final Smackdown before the final show for WrestleMania at 52. It's not bad. Expecting the worst from some of the scores, but yeah, a 52. I'm happy with that. So yeah, 52. I've got to be honest. I was kind of expecting it to be really bad because obviously the contract signing didn't do as well as I expected. A very like low 30. And the main event match, or the last match main event type thing, didn't get a good score. 44, that could have been better with the quality we had. So, not great there, but yeah, good stuff. Obviously, I think, as I said, Sasha Banks and was it Toni Storm? I think it was the best match on the show. There's no surprise, they're really great wrestlers. So, I acted a bit surprised in the video, but I think when you think about it, makes sense. Yeah, good stuff here. Obviously, I think simple setup here, nothing too groundbreaking. Obviously, I think like the finish. So, a 52, I would love it to got to be like the high score going into the last video of the season finale of the series. But like last go was it TV show before the pay-per-view. So, but it's not the way it is. But yeah, 52. Obviously, that sets up. So we've got one more video to go. The big one. WrestleMania. I think 36. Obviously, in it we must point out that this is going to be a one show. I'm not going to do it with the 2 nights. I don't think the game allows for that, so it's going to be a 3-hour spectacular. It's we've got a lot of like 10 to 11 matches, a lot of like 8 to 9. I mean, a lot of big matches. I think I've set up quite nicely. So yes, join me for that next week. Obviously, this will be out on Wednesday. This is out today. Obviously, that'll be out next week, next Wednesday at 4:30. So yes, we're trying to end very quite on a strong note with these videos. But until then, if you'd like to see more videos and make sure you don't miss anything, please like and subscribe. Obviously, there's going to be a link here if you want to catch up before the big finale with my WrestleMania. So hopefully you can join. So you come in, you know exactly what kind of storylines they're going in. It obviously makes it a lot more interesting. But so all I can say is until then, hope you enjoyed the series so far. We're almost near the end, and until next time, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you next time you see me. It'll be at WrestleMania. So let's go. It's gonna be interesting. Let's go. See you. So see you everyone. See you later. Bye bye.